Chapter 4 Learning with Examples. Session 1 Python Syntax. Python syntax can be executed by writing directly in the command line. Python indentation. Indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line, where in other programming languages the indentation in code is for readability only. The indentation in Python is very important. Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. Python will give you an error if you skip the indentation. The number of space is up to you as a programmer. The most common use is 4, but it has to be at least 1. You have to use the same number of spaces in the same block of code, otherwise Python will give you an error. Example: syntax error. Python variables. In Python, variables are created when you assign a value to it. Variables in Python. Python has no command for declaring a variable. Comments. Python has commenting capability for the purpose of in-code documentation. Comments start with a hash and Python will render the rest of the line as a comment. Example: comments in Python. Fun with coding. First, print hello world. Second, create a variable. Third, output both text and variable. Fourth, add a variable to another variable. Fifth, verify the type of an object. Sixth, casting integers. Seventh, casting floats. Eighth, casting strings. Session 2 Python casting. There may be times when you want to specify a type onto a variable. This can be done with casting. Python is an object-oriented language, and as such it uses classes to define data types, including its primitive types. Casting in Python is therefore done using constructor functions. Int constructs an integer number from an integer literal, a float literal by removing all decimals, or a string literal providing the string represents a whole number. Float constructs a float number from an integer literal, a float literal, or a string literal providing the string represents a float or an integer. Stir constructs a string from a wide variety of data types, including strings, integers literals, and float literals. Example 1 integers. Example 2 floats. Example 3 strings. 9. Get the character at position 1 of a string. 10th. Get the characters from position 2 to position 5 not included. 11th. Print the length of the string. 12th. Convert a string to lowercase. 13. Convert a string to uppercase. 14. Replace a string with another string. 15. Split a string into substrings. 16. Addition operator. 17. Subtraction operator. 18. Multiplication operator. 19. Division operator. 20. Modulus operator. 21. Create a list. 22. Access list items. 23. Change the value of list item. 24. Loop through a list. 25. Check it a list item exists. 26. Get the length of the list. 27. Add an item to the end of the list. 28. Add an item at a specified index. 29. Remove an item.